right, and thanks for joining us, everybody. We are live here from the KFVS Digital News Desk. Clayton Hester here, your digital anchor. We have Tyler Rowe with us. He is the Public Information Officer with Sykeston DPS. How are you doing today, sir?
Good. How are you, Mr. Esther?
Doing fine, doing fine. Glad to have you here. So you all have been responding as part of the local Homeland Security Response team to the situation in Glen Allen in Bullinger County. But it has been pretty well focused primarily on that community of Glen Allen, right?
Yes, sir. So this morning, the Region E Homeland Security Response Team, Sykeston DPS, Jackson Fire Rescue, Cape Girardeau Fire Department, Stoddard County EMS, we all responded due to the high volume of rain and then the flooding that occurred due to a levee breach there in Glen Allen.
All right. And yeah, describe that to us. What kind of required this response? Was it that levee breach situation that kind of was the critical threshold, maybe something like that, as far as what kind of situations, I guess, too, this team is meant to respond to?
So with our team being the HSRT, we're specialized training in several different areas within the fire service. So this one required possible swift water rescue or possible boat operations, which many of our members are trained in and certified in. So with the high volume of water that came in, there were several residents stuck inside their house. They had enough water to, float a refrigerator. It floated logs downriver, downstream, however you want to put it, and they stopped on top of cars. This video you're seeing right now was taken this morning by myself as we came into Marble Hill. We're not even to the creek yet, and you can see that the water's rushing through and that we were even having a hard time getting there. Didn't know if we were going to have to divert around ourselves. So with that, we all responded with boats, and then we go door to door checking to see if anybody wants to be evacuated, wants to be taken to safety. And then with the help of Woodland School District, they were able to set up a rally point, a relief point at the school for any people that were displaced by the flooding from their residents.
All right. And with all of that in mind, do you all have any numbers as far as situation for who was affected, how many affected?
No, our main focus was right there in Glen Allen, between, I believe it's Crooked Creek, Highway ZZ, and Highway 32. Several residents decided to stay because the water did recede pretty quickly, but several were taken out, and we were able to use side-by-sides and walk them out. We had the boats just in case, but with all the rain we've had, I believe we responded 2 weeks ago to assist them with that, and they're still also recovering from the tornado that occurred some time ago.
Yeah. All right. With all of that in mind, in response to this, we were talking a little bit, and just to look at that levee situation, what sort of challenges did you all face in working on this situation this morning?
Well, we kind of go into the unknown when we have these situations. Any department within the Southeast Missouri region, if they don't have the resources necessary, they can call us. We'll respond. We'll bring our assets. We'll bring our equipment. And we also had a threat of possible more rain in the forecast. So with that, where's all the water going to go? So we really were concerned about another storm coming through, so those waters not being able to recede. And then even the waters around the Castor River. If they were to have another levee breach, we would have to then get more people out. So we have to keep ourselves in a safe position, and sometimes that requires a little longer response. But at the same time, we also have to worry about ourselves. I'm going into an area that I'm not familiar with, so I don't know if there's a culvert, there's a creek, there's a runoff. I mean, you're walking over fences that are knocked over. There's boats that have been pushed into trees. You don't know really what's under the water because it's so muddy and murky from all the sediment.
All right. Anything else to mention today before we wrap up? Anything else that folks should know?
That this regional asset team that we have, we train monthly together. We specialize in several different areas, and that if any natural disaster or any event were to happen, that we're ready and willing to respond at the drop of a hat to assist people in Southeast Missouri.
All right. Tyler Rowe is the Public Information Officer with the Sikeston Department of Public Safety. Thank you for your time today, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And to our audience as well, thank you all for tuning in. We're turning it back over to Local News Live, our sister stations from around the country. Stick around, more just around the corner.